I think I'm unmuted now, right? So I've got the sun coming through my window. This is the time of day that the sun comes in. So I'm going to go with this as the sun is kissing all of us and our time, our species. And the title of this is What is Love? And swimming beside one another. This is a contemplative, interspecies, interfaith, interspiritual practice that uses the image of the beautiful mahi who swim in pairs. And we explore love not as a guarantee of no harm, but as a commitment, an accompaniment together, reducing harm, repairing rupture, and staying present in community. And so I just want to begin with a smile. Like our feelings, sometimes they follow our smiles, so just a slight smile. And really, some of us, if you've heard that, when I hear that song, cannot think of anything, what is love, baby don't hurt me, without hearing the 80s dance beat and seeing the scene with Will Ferrell and Chris Kattan and their drinks in their hands and knocking everybody around on the dance floor, which is kind of metaphorical for love in a way, because they're hurting people, spilling drinks and all that. So beneath the anthem, there was a really profound message of what is love? What is love? What a straightforward question, but a really deep question, complex question. And so how do we live love? Love is something that we do when we are. How do we live it? How do we live it when we think about it as it's that harm is part of our story still? I never really thought about that so much till like the Reverend Stern brought it up. Like, we don't want to think of it that way because we always hear stories happily ever after and all that. So in the open ocean, I want you to just pretend like you're in the open ocean swimming with the mahi and that you're out there. And they're out there, they're out in the ocean, swimming side by side. They're not fused, they're not tethered, but they're just next to each other in the water. And be there too. And that's a lot about what love is. We're not tethering ourselves, we're not fusing ourselves, we're moving side by side, we're choosing somebody, we're being side by side. And so today we are exploring, it's just like acknowledging that love is not a guarantee of no harm, as hard as that is to admit. But it's accompanied, companionship, committed. So I invite you, if you're comfortable, to place one hand on your heart and one on your lap, and just take a nice slow breath. Bring yourself to the present moment. And if you're comfortable, close your eyes. And bring to mind a being that you love, a being who you love, human or not human. And just notice, how does the love feel in your body? And then just gently, no judgment, no guilt or shame. Have you ever loved yourself and caused harm? And have you ever been loved and still been hurt? And again, no shame, just noticing. And just take another breath when you're ready and open your eyes. Sometimes we say, if we love animals, we love someone else, that we won't hurt them. And I'm sure that is what we intend. That's what we want to do. But love itself is not always precise. Life is messy. Love can be very sentimental. We're kind of taught in our culture for that, of love being sentimental. And by the time the hour's up of a show, everybody's living happily ever after. Love can be confused. Love can coexist with harm in some way. So maybe the question isn't so much, do you love, but how do we love? How do we do it? And so let's take another breath. It's a breathing exercise, just taking it in and ask ourselves, how does love grow wiser? How does love reduce harm? How does it repair rupture? And let that breathe. And just let's go back to the mahi and the beautiful ocean. If you see pictures of them, they're so gorgeous, iridescent and sparkly and blue and green and gold. And the ocean has no fences. They swim freely, no cages. And there's no guarantee in the ocean of calm or currents shift, storms come, light changes. To swim beside, but they're swimming by each other in open water, and that's an act of courage. And in some ways, we're in an ocean of life, swimming next to each other with no guarantees, shifts, current shifting. And to do that is an act of courage. I think that to love is an act of courage. They adjust to one another. They respond. They stay near. They stay near each other through uncertainty. They stay near each other through whatever may be going on and coming up and the waves. And this is love clarified. Maybe it's like looking at a clarification. Love as not as possession, not as domination, not purity, not perfection, but a devotion that asks, acknowledges harm and asks, how do I reduce harm? How do I repair rupture? How do I become trustworthy? And so, there's times when we feel this rupture and we feel hurt or we feel bad, even worse, that we've hurt someone else. Or this happens within, with our animals and our human relationships, and how to repair that. And when we feel unloved, when we feel we've failed in love, or we're feeling the ache of not being chosen, we can return to community, refilling the well. This is what we're doing today, as we go out into the world and things happen, and we have to come back together with people who understand, who share, and we refill our well. We learn again. That's what Compassion Consortium does and offers through music and reflections and activities, spiritual practice. And this circle, what we're in, this love-filled space, I pray that can be something when you leave today that you take with you, healing and filling up from the well that comes of here. Because it's here. We're not here because we're perfect. We're here because we're practicing. So, what is love? Not domination, not possession, not denying harm. Because in some ways, when we deny harm, that's worse than having the harm there. What is love? It's not a beat in the dance, even though it's a fun dance to dance to. Love is really just swimming beside each other like the mahi do. Whether it be our partners or our friends, family, swimming by each other. We have a lot to learn from the mahi. I looked into them this week. I was very impressed. They have a lot of wisdom. They're beautiful. So may we look to reduce harm, acknowledging it, repair ruptures, stay present. And may we love like paired swimmers. We're all paired swimmers together. Today we're in a school in the ocean, in Compassion Consortium for this time together, and we're swimming together. We're attuned, we're courageous, we're free. There's no fences holding us in. And so I just like to conclude with just another collective breath. Let's breathe together with this thought. We ask that the spirit of creation and love, who moves through oceans and hearts alike, teach us to love with clarity. Where we have caused harm, help us repair. Where we feel unloved or harmed, refill our wells. When we're not certain, teach us to swim beside one another with courage and humility. May our love grow wiser. May our presence grow gentler. And may we move together like the mahi in open water. And together, let's inhale and say, love clarifies. You can say it aloud or quietly. Inhale, love clarifies. Love clarifies. Exhale, love accompanies. And again, love clarifies and love accompanies. Thank you.